Hey Soul Fam, how's it going? Emily Warrior here. Today I have for you a nice soft and gentle sun salutation flow. So basically we are just taking some components from our traditional sun salutation flow, and instead we're creating a nice soft and gentle variation of our salutations instead. So when you're ready, come and join me on your mat, and we'll begin in a downward facing dog. So just find your way to your downward facing dog. And before we get flowing with our breath, we'll just take a moment to paddle the feet to open up the legs. A nice full body stretch just to kind of wake the body up and get us going. And then on our next inhale, press the toes into the mat, lift the hips up high and come into a high plank. Shift your weights. And as you exhale, bend the knees. Actively press it back to a child's pose. The toes are still tucked here and we're pressing the palms into the mat. As we inhale, we can start to lift the hips up and we can reach the arms out and up. As we exhale, we can bring the hands down to the mat, coming into our tabletop. As we inhale, draw the belly down, lift the chest and chin up to your cow. As we exhale, we can round in a spine and come back up to our downward facing dog. And we'll flow like that again. Inhale, shift your weight, come into a high plank. As you exhale, bend the knees, press it back to your child's pose. Inhale, lift up the hips, sweeping the arms out and up. Exhale, sink it down to your tabletop. Inhale, belly draws down, lift the chest and chin up. Exhale, sinking the hips back and up to your downward facing dog. Even slower this time. Inhale, shifting your weight into your high plank. Exhale, bend the knees, bring them down to the mat. Press it back to your active child's pose. Inhale, sweeping the arms out and up, lifting the hips up. Exhale, coming to your tabletop. Inhale, belly draws down, coming into your cow. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips up to your downward facing dog. Just a couple more times. Inhale, shift your weight into a plank. Exhale, bend the knees, press it back to your active child's pose. Inhaling, lifting the hips up, reaching the arms out and up. Exhale, we can come down to our tabletop. Untuck the toes. Inhale, belly draws down, lift the chest and chin. Exhale, tuck the toes under and lift the hips back up to our downward facing dog. One more round. Inhale, shifting your weight to a high plank. Exhale, bend the knees, press it back to your child's pose. Inhale, lifting the hips up, sweeping the arms out and up. Exhale, coming back to your tabletop. Inhale, belly draws down. Lift the chest and chin. Exhale, taking it back to your downward facing dog. One more round for luck. Inhale, shifting your weight into your plank. Exhale, bend the knees, press it back to your child's. Inhale, lifting the hips, sweeping the arms out and up. Exhale, come back down. Plant your palms into the mat. Inhale, belly draws down. Lift the chest and chin. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips back up to your downward facing dog. And we can take a moment to paddle the feet here and stretch the legs. And then on your next exhale, gently bringing the knees back down to the mat, untuck the toes and take it back to a nice chilled child's pose. Whether that's with the arms extended, down by the sides, or we can make a pillow with the hands to rest the forehead on. And we'll just take a few breaths here. One more breath. On your next inhale, we can bring the fingers under the shoulders and just pressing into them to come to sit back up on the heels. And there we have it, our nice, short and sweet, soft sun salutations today. I hope you guys enjoyed that little flow. If you want to keep going and do some more rounds, you can just replay this video to do a few more rounds, or perhaps save later so you can come back time and time again. Thanks again for joining me. Maybe subscribe to my channel for more free content, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks again for joining. Namaste.